morning, everyone, and welcome to your Stat 2 class. I am Professor Lori Austin, and I'm very excited to be your instructor for the next 14 weeks. Statistics is one of my absolute favorite subjects to teach. It's what I majored in college, so I always enjoy teaching the course here at RVCC. I've been at RVCC for about 15 years now, and currently also serve as chair of the Math and Computer Science Department. So what I'd like to do in this short little video is kind of show you around Canvas and show you how you can learn the material. You will see when you first get into Canvas, you're brought to your home screen. And in this screen, it just kind of gives you a listing of the modules. You have the course tabs you have access to, such as modules, which is where our entire course is. You'll see that in a minute. Your grade book, you'll always know exactly where you stand in the course and what your grade is. I will communicate to you regularly through announcements. I will not be sending emails unless something is so incredibly important I wanted you to get it a whole bunch of different ways. So get used to looking for those announcements. If I need to change, extend, or move any of the dates in the syllabus, you will get an announcement about that. If I feel I'm seeing a lot of errors on certain things, I will send an announcement kind of pinpointing those errors. Syllabus just kind of gives you a weekly list of assignments. My Lab and Mastering, this is where you will get direct access to your My Stat Lab homework and quizzes, along with access to StatCrunch, which is our the software, statistical software that we're going to use this semester. And your textbook and all sorts of resources. You can access the homework within the individual modules, but a lot of students like going directly to My Lab and Mastering because you get it on a larger screen. So let's go ahead and get started with modules. And I am currently in Student View. So now, I'm making the welcome video, so when I'm done this video, the first thing up top you will see is welcome video. Then I have our syllabus. This is the syllabus. When I talk about our syllabus, I'm not talking about this listing on the side of what is due in a course. I'm talking about the actual paper syllabus, which is the contract for our course. So I'm going to open that for a second and just highlight a few items on that syllabus. And my computer is, of course, a little slow, but hopefully yours is a little faster. That wasn't too bad. So the syllabus has all my contact information, my office hours. If you wish to meet with me remotely during any of these times, please let me know. I'll send you a link, and we can certainly meet remote. If you wish to schedule a time outside of the office hours, you'll have to email me for that as well. Obviously, this is a continuation of Stat 1. You are required to take Stat 1 before taking this course. We will be using the Introductory Statistics book, the 10th edition, and Math Lab is required for this course. Now, some of you used it last semester, so as long as you purchased the Life of the edition, you don't need to buy anything. You can just log back in through our Canvas course, and you'll have access to your Stat 2 work. If you only purchase the 18-week, you're going to have to purchase a second 18-week. If you were in one of our courses that used, that didn't use the textbook or used Math Excel last semester, unfortunately, you were going to have to go in and get the 18-week for this course. We utilize StatCrunch, the statistical software, more in Stat 2 than we did in Stat 1, so that is all included in Math Lab as well. You do not need a hard copy of the book. That is entirely up to you. You will have the full book in My Math Lab. So at the very least, you need an 18-week subscription to Math Lab, and I'll show you how you can get that. Calculator, a minimum of a scientific calculator is required. You do not have to have a graphing calculator. We have StatCrunch available to help with some of the harder calculations. Let's see. As you can see, if you probably just came out of Stat 1, we will be redoing Chapter 8 and Chapter 9. These are two hugely important concepts And if you don't have a strong foundation with Chapter 8 and 9, which is confidence intervals and basic hypothesis testing for one population, you won't be able to continue with everything else we need to do in this course. So we will take the time to review those topics. This is an online course. You are expected to complete all the work. Everything is due by Monday evening each week. So you are expected to complete all the work for that week by Monday evening. Don't worry so much about delayed openings unless, of course, you have a test scheduled, and we'll talk about that later. Obviously, don't cheat yourself out of learning. Make sure it's your work and make sure you are the one doing the work. All right, our grading system. So that math lab homework, my stat lab homework, will be about 10%. Weekly forums, you are going to be required to open up that textbook, be it online or if you have a copy of one, and actually read. This is statistics. It is unlike other math courses. Read the beginning of those chapters. This is where I will get the forum questions from, to make you kind of look through the chapter, open it, and to answer some of the questions, vocabulary and stuff like that, general concepts. After groups of homework, you will have a My Stat Lab quiz. These are little quizzes in Stat Lab. You do not need to turn in any work for them. You're just going to take them online. At the end of the semester, we have a bunch of them. I will drop the 3 lowest quizzes. You will have 2 case studies, one for the first half of the semester and one for the second half. Those case studies will average to 10% of your grade. We will have 3 exams. They will be 40% and 1 final, cumulative final, which will be 30%. Here's our grading scale, and then I describe the homework, the quizzes, and the case study forums, and test all in more detail. All test and the final exam will be taken in the RVCC Testing Center. Getting help, obviously office hours, classmates, everybody has a Zoom account. If you want to reach out to another classmate, you read their introduction, you're like, hey, that's somebody I can work with. Maybe you get together on Zoom and work out some of the problems together. If you have any documented learning disabilities, please get me the accommodation letter. You will need to email it to me or drop it off in my office in the West Building. When uploading work, this is kind of important. Please, JPEG, doc, PDF files. Do not send me, if you are on an Apple computer, HEIC files. I just can't open them, and then I get it back to you, and we got to redo it. Also, get in the habit of sending 1 file. The only files you do need to upload are the case studies, so it's only going to happen that one time, but it's nice if it's done in 1 file and not 1 file per page. Okay, so this is the most important thing, and you should probably print these pages out so you have it. This is an overview of the schedule. This is the schedule I set now. This is the one I go by. If there's a mistake somewhere else in the Canvas course, let me know, but understand this is the schedule you follow. So as you can see, by Monday night, I am expecting you to complete 8.1 to 8.3 because this is basics of confidence interval, and everybody learned this in Stat 1. Okay, we will then continue through the course. This is a date. These dates will not change. I mean, if something happens and there's emergencies and snows, things might get extended. But here's the date for our first test. You will have from a Wednesday to a Friday. The testing center is open till 8 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday, and only till 4:30 on Friday. So you will need to schedule it during that time. I give you enough notice in advance. There's the next test, the third test, and the final. Let's go back to modules so we can see what else is under course information. Okay, part 2 of the syllabus, I encourage you to open and read on your own. It is general college policies, resources we have on center, and just some useful information. Setting up your MyLab and mastering, please open this document to learn how to register. You must access it here through Canvas. This way the course is connected, and everything you do in MathLab, the grades automatically update in Canvas. So the RVCC Testing Center, as I stated, all of your work will be done in the testing center. Your exams, all your exams will be taken in the testing center, not your quizzes. You can make an appointment by clicking this link, and they should have the schedule up, and you can go ahead and schedule your first test so you know you have the appointment at a time that is convenient for you. Okay, getting extra help. And here's some just information about our Academic Support Center and my stat lab in general. So, formula sheet. This 10th edition formula card. Open it, print it, have it in front of you at all times. That is the formula sheet you get on every single exam in the final, so get used to it. Please do every problem in math lab with that formula sheet in front of you. I am not here to make you memorize a bunch of really long formulas. As you're watching my lesson videos, have the formula sheet in front of you so you can find on the formula sheet what's needed. So for example, if you're watching the video on chapter 12, which starts to get pretty extensive, you know exactly what formula is needed for what type of problem. Okay, we will be using, the formula sheet also has all of the, my mouse stopped working, that's okay. The formula sheet also has all of the tables for z-values and p-values and everything like that. Here is, occasionally you are going to get something where the degrees of freedom is greater than what you will see on the formula sheet, in which case, this is an online p-value calculator that works really nicely. Here's a description of how you can find a p-value on a TI-84, and you also will have StatCrunch to be able to do that. So because week 1 is so short, I did group week 1 and 2 together, but as you will notice, and then moving forward, it's just 1 week at a time. The weeks do run Tuesday to Monday, because I know by Sunday night, everybody doesn't like to cram to try to get their homework done. I give you till Monday night. So let's take a quick look. And all you really need to do is go down the list. There are notes, PDF notes. Print those out in front of you. Everything here is in blue is a video. These are videos I created just as if I were teaching the course in person. They follow and utilize these notes. So if you print the notes out and while you're watching the video, you can just kind of fill in the notes as you go, and then the homeworks. And then you'll see again, some of the videos cover a couple sections, some just cover one section, and then after every few sections, you will see a quiz. So please just work through everything. Occasionally, then of course, you'll come through a forum section. So once you've completed chapter 8, take a look at the forum question that is due. So a lot of this is due over the next 2 weeks. If you have any homework questions or general questions, please do ask them. And again, you will continue with the course as is. Here, I start giving some information about your case study. I will talk to you and I will provide announcement information to that as we get closer to the time. I do have reviews for your tests, but keep in mind these tests will be taken in the RVCC Testing Center. If you click on here, the test is not there. It's just information about the test. So this again is just a quick little overview of our course so that you can find everything. Everything you need is here. It's posted. As far as the homeworks go, even though they are due on a weekly basis, and I strongly recommend you get them done that way, you have until the test. So for that first group of homework, you have until the chapter 10, right after chapter 10, you have until February 17th, it looks like, to go back and improve any score for homeworks in chapters 8, 9, and 10. Other than that, good luck. It'll be great working with you all this semester. I look forward to possibly meeting you individually in office hours. And I will be in touch.